All right, guys and girls, hello. This is brought to you by FTX. To kick this off, I've got to let you know that they've given you 10% off your trading fees. So if you haven't got your account, click on the description below for 10% off your trading fees. And you can see how to go long, go short, manage your risk, and more importantly, raise your orders as well. So click the description below and get your 10% off your trading fees on FTX. They got spot list as well as perpetual, so pretty darn good if you ask me. All right, so what's going on here? I want to say, g'day Michael, g'day Wasim. Wanted to point out a couple of things here. One is that there is a list. There is a couple of markets that I'm looking at that are moving quite well, hence why they're in my list. And there's a couple more that sort of, I suppose, reflect the overall market at the moment for the the greater market. And that starts really with Bitcoin. So I'm going to show you some trading opportunities, or some trends that are looking quite good at the moment. But I'm also going to talk to the way that the market is progressing, if that's the right way to word it. Sorry. All right. So with Bitcoin, I didn't miss much. I've been away a little bit lately, just traveling around doing bits and pieces. And it's actually been a good time to not be around, although there have been some good trades being taken in the Slack community. It's not been a time that I've been able to be as active as I normally would. Okay, Phil, it was a pretty good weekend, mate. Thanks for checking in. So you can see we have a lower high, lower low. Are we going to fall further? The 2 days very, very divergent. Look, I'm kind of sitting here going, well, what's it going to do? Couple of candle pullback. The last time we had a couple of candle pullback, they were quite similar actually. Look at these two candles; they're very similar. We did see obviously a very substantial run. We sort of 100% move from there. That'd be nice. However, at the moment, let me just jump back. We need to punch above that high or this low to get any real idea or further idea as to what may go on from here. Now, if you see here, look, we've got a higher low, pulled back, a high, a higher low, potentially here. This will be a higher low if we push on to a new higher high, of course. We haven't got that at the moment, and that's really what I'm watching, all right? That's really what I want to see. With Bitcoin, of course, it pulled back in, bullish candle in the cradle zone. The 8 hour this morning, it was very, very close, but the problem is there wasn't the best of trends. I left it. I didn't take a trade here long on Bitcoin. I wait for the next opportunity that comes around. But realistically, we've got to break this high here. We've got to get above 56,790. Until we can get above there, well, it just doesn't give me much information. It doesn't give me much. Or below here. Get that cyclicity in, confirm this is a higher low, get the higher high pushing on, and then we start to get something to work with. Now, it's not just Bitcoin that looks like this. We've got DOT in a very similar situation here. DOT breaks above this level, we'll have a higher low and a higher high on that mid-time frame, the 4 hour. Now, admittedly, it doesn't look all that fantastic on the daily. If I look down onto the weekly here, what's it telling us? Well, it's pulled back into the cradle zone. Big whoop-de-doos. It's the 12 hour here. Look, that would give us a higher low. Although not very clear, it would be there. But bottom line is the 4 hour, if we break up through this high, we will have that higher low and higher high. Something very similar going on with Litecoin. It's already moved. So you can see higher low, high, higher low, higher high. It has kicked. It's continued back into that momentum, that upside momentum there. And again, not the greatest of trend on the daily, but it is starting to move in. And that's a bit of a snapshot as to what what we're seeing across the market. There is quite a bit of the market that is looking like that. And if we just jump across to the top 10 quickly, you'll see that there are some nice movers in the top 10, Bitcoin not being one of them. Ethereum, starting to move. It's got to push on as well, but you can see, it's very much a picture of what the market's like at the moment. It needs to push up a little bit more. Now, with that being said, excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. With that being said, it doesn't mean there's not opportunity around. It really doesn't. There are opportunities around, and it's about focusing in on the best trends and maybe working down some of those lower time frames as well. Case in point, the pink bird. Flamingo. Big day yesterday, 32% closing up near the highs. Now, we look at this 4 hour, there is more than, there's most definitely a trend there. There's no doubt about that. Come down to the 1 hour. Well, there's definitely a trend here as well. You can also then, when you get yourself into these trends, you can start to look at the lower time frames for things like the Fibonacci Boosters or little cradles on those lower time frames. Do I trade cradles on lower time frames? Yes. Do I trade boosters on lower time frames? Yes, that's what they're designed for. And you'll also get little breakouts that form as well. The time frame that I'm really liking at the moment, really stalking for the moment. It's the 1 hour. If you see it pull back in here, there was a cradle there. Boom, it moved really well. Look, if I got something quite nice, problem is I wanted to come back cleanly. Probably like to see it kick on again, and then I can draw on my fibs and really see if there's anything there. But again, a very good trend here on Flamingo, hence why it's in my watch list. No trading opportunity just yet, but if I can pull back a little bit more, going all the way up here to the 2 hour, if it was to come back a bit deeper, that's fine as well. Just a good trend. I'm waiting for my opportunity. Speaking of waiting for opportunities, I've been waiting for my opportunity here for quite some time. Haven't got it yet. But as you can see, that daily trend is fantastic. Focus on your trends and then focus on your strategies and the checklists, and it will make life a heck of a lot easier for you. Let me tell you that. Makes markets clearer. So you can see I had a level drawn in. Well, I had that level drawn in this morning, and I was kind of hopeful that we'd get it, get a bit of a pullback so I could get a breakout trade there. And then I was hopeful for a booster into that level. Now, the problem is the level didn't move far enough for us to get a booster in here. Since then, it has kicked on. But if you start to look at this in the lower time frames, we're starting to get some good cyclicity here. Now, it's not ready for a booster in my eyes just yet. I'm not going to draw my fibs in here because it's just not really worthy. If you know what the strategy is, go ahead and have a look if you need to. You might learn something. But I'm waiting for a pullback in on the 15. There is momentum there. It's at 4.8%. Nothing massive, nothing out of the ordinary. Whether it's the 15 or the 30, or potentially even the 1 hour coming back into this region here, that would be something that I will be very, very keen on. Everyone else can hear me. I think it might just be got to turn your speakers on there, Tristan, which is completely useless because you can't hear me. T, give me an R. R, no, take too long. So yeah, again, Kusama. 1 hour back into here would be great. 30-minute back into here somewhere, fine. 15-minute back into here. I'd also like to keep my eyes open on that. What are the great trends going on at the moment, and a very, very nice looking market. And again, just the focus being on trend. All right. Now coming up to shitcoin index, higher low, higher high. Can somebody? Tristan's on Facebook and he seems to not be able to hear anything. If you can hear, please let him know that you can hear. It's something on his end. So yeah, higher low, higher high. Oh, you got it. Right, I know, maybe not. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. Higher low, higher high. Bit messy up here. But what I'm looking at is if we can really push on through this region. You can see there's a little bit of resistance through there. If we can push on, we'll get some better cyclicity there, and things will look a lot better. Anything lower? Yeah, again, perfect example, an anchor point for a fib booster there. It got stuck around 8,000. We pop up through there properly. I mean, we could even look at a booster level being in off of that level. We're talking the lower time frames here, but that's good. That's fine. So just hoping to see it sort of slide on through, push on, bust on through, and then get pullbacks into that region, that 8,000-ish. It's not exact, but it's around that sort of area. So shitperp also on my list today. And finally, Theta. Yes, the big dog Theta. Obviously, it's been on a fantastic run. It's about a bit of a chippy choppy in here, but it's kicked on again and it's looking quite good. You can see, look, go back to this 4 hour. There's not much on the 4 that you can see. A little wee pullback there, but that's not what caught my attention. It was as I dropped to the lowers, the 2 hour higher low, higher high moving average is just starting to carry that momentum through. Look at the 1 hour. Again, higher low, high, higher low, higher high. All right. Pull back into the cradle zone in a very nice early trend with good cyclicity. That is a doozy. I'd be happy to consider the half hour as well, but that 1 hour, just pull back into this region here would be just exactly what I am looking for. I haven't got it yet. All right. Stalking it. I did take, what was the trade that I took this morning? Kyber. So I am long Kyber perp, KNC perp. That's on a Bitcoin breakout. There's been a few more breakouts popping their heads up. Actually, end of last week. No, it wasn't end of last week. It was the end of the week before, because last week I was fishing and doing all sorts of things. Yeah, there was like 3 days with lots of trades and a couple of good breakouts. It was, geez, that week went fast. I've forgotten about it already. Yeah, the breakouts have been coming back a little bit more because the market hasn't just been taking off. It's been consolidating a little bit and taking its time. And that's why we have seen some really, really nice breakouts. I'll just show you. What was it? Here, pulled back a bit. I took it on the 2, so you can see a bit of a breakout there. I'm still in. My stop's, where it needs to be, and I'm good to go. So that's looking really, really nice. Anyhow, this is the list that I have up here. Bitcoin's starting to gain a little bit more here. What I'd love to see on Bitcoin is what I'd like to see across much of the market is for it to continue to push on to a new higher high, continuing that 4-hour trend through to more all-time highs. There you go. So guys, this is brought to you by FTX. 10% off your trading fees by clicking on the link in the description. How to go long, short, manage your risk and raise your orders, and a whole free course at tradercobb.com for you. You learn all the trading ingredients, and then you can go on and learn the strategy so you can learn the recipes as well. Yep, it is what it is. Go get stuck in because there's nothing like Easter to get you going. Have a great day. I'll speak to you again very soon. Probably tomorrow, actually. Yeah, tomorrow for the scam. Why not? Have a good one. I will speak to you guys all again very soon. And yeah, good to be back.